There's probably going to come a time in this bull market where Shiba Inu melts faces and moves up in a very big way. In this video, though, I do want to talk about the fact that Bitcoin has broken quite a bit lower today. And along with this move from Bitcoin, we have seen Shiba Inu come down as well to a target that I discussed to you guys on my video yesterday. Actually, we are getting increasingly closer to that target. It looks like we very well could hit that zone. And I want to talk to you guys about what comes next for Shiba Inu and the broader market in this video. And I also want to discuss the 410 trillion Shiba Inu tokens, yes, that were burned earlier this year that I actually haven't yet talked about on this channel that a lot of people should be aware of. Perhaps if you've been holding Shiba Inu, you were already aware of this, and I want to give my take on it in this video. So welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. Smash a like on your way in, subscribe to the channel for more crypto content, and let's look at this market. Right now, we've got Bitcoin sitting at 97K. What if I told you that just a moment ago, Bitcoin was as low as $95,000? Now, from the recent high that we had at 108K, that is a very large move for Bitcoin. That is a 12% move to the downside. But right now, Bitcoin is sitting still possibly in this key channel. What you're looking at are the daily candles here. What I want to see for Bitcoin in the next 2 hours, 35 minutes and 42 seconds from the time of this recording, from this very moment. I want to see this daily candle for Bitcoin close somewhere around this $98,000 or $99,000 price level. Why? If that is the case and Bitcoin closes around this price level, what we can see is a bounce off the bottom of this range with this daily candle close and continuation back up to the upside. Maybe we stay in this range for a bit, but we want to see bounce off support here. You're okay to have wicks through some of these key levels, but you want to see the daily candle close above that range. If we go down to the 4-hourly range, you're going to see that right now we have one 4-hourly candle below, but our new 4-hourly candle is currently coming up. Let's see if it can continue and get back to that high $98,000 or $99,000 price level, because that's what you need for Shiba Inu to find a bounce here. Got two different charts for Shiba Inu. I just realized I kind of had two different levels that I had drawn out. Here's the daily candles. I've had this level drawn out for a while for Shiba Inu, saying that we could see it come back down to potentially, these previous levels, because we've seen it break through, resist off on this red candle. We've seen it bounce off this level many times, break back down below, almost get there, reject down, get there, come back down, break through. Now we're finding potentially support here. I do not really want to see Shiba Inu have any real daily candle closes below this 402 level. I've also been looking at the weekly time frame in this capacity of kind of the weekly candles here having a bounce off of here, which is still showing us that same level of 402. I want to see us get a successful bounce off of this range, which is the same as this range right here. There's two different ways of looking at it. Of course, I could have these on the same chart, but I just realized I kind of had these on two separate charts. But it's a very obvious level to me. Now, if we break lower for Bitcoin and Bitcoin wants to slip down to, hopefully not, but the 80s or down to even the March of 2024 highs at 73K, well then, we might see Shiba Inu actually slip down below this 402 level. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't think it's going to. Could it happen? It absolutely could. It absolutely could. It's a possibility. Looking at Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin right now, it's telling us a story that really isn't that unfamiliar, to me at least, and probably to some of you guys out there. What you're seeing on Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin is Shiba Inu is very much underperforming versus Bitcoin. We had a very nice spike for SHIB versus Bitcoin back in March of 2024, which was great. Part of the reason for that might have been because of this story right here. Shiba Inu has Shibarium, which actually has been burning quite a few tokens. And through the last year, according to these publications that I've been reading today, there was 410 trillion Shiba Inu tokens that were actually burned ever since really sometime in 2023, ever since the mainnet launch of Shibarium in 2023. Some people want to know, can Shiba Inu reach $1? I don't believe that it's possible, personally, because the supply of Shiba Inu is super large. We've still got a supply for Shiba Inu, if you look at this right here, of 589 trillion tokens. And we've had a lot of tokens burned. We've actually had 410 trillion tokens burned. So what you also need to realize, though, is that Shiba Inu does have a yearly supply inflation rate of 7.33%. The Shiba Inu team is continuing to try to innovate with the Shiba ecosystem, trying to create more value with the coin. Part of that is the burns. People want $1 Shiba Inu. I still don't think this is a possibility. Now, unless they burn 90% of the entire supply. If we see this Shiba Inu supply go from 589 trillion to maybe like 1 trillion tokens or something like this, and we get this bull market like I think we're going to get, well, maybe there's a world where Shiba Inu can go higher than people expected. But the only way that can happen is if we continue to see burns. Are we going to see more burns like this? I don't know. You got to look into this for yourself, guys. You can track some of the Shibarium stats on this shibariumscan.io website. I can tell you this, the transactions are going up on Shibarium. And what you're seeing right now is we're at 671 million transactions on Shibarium right now. This actually flatlined from March through till October, but now we're getting a nice boost back up at the end of the year as we're heading into the next phase of this bull market rally. I'm not surprised to see more people using Shibarium now because people are getting ready for altcoin season. If you've been watching some of the metrics we've been talking about on this channel, we are not in altcoin season right now. We had about 2 or 3 days that we were in a mini altcoin season. But what we're really looking for, if you want Shiba Inu to explode, and I think that it will in this bull market, you're going to want to see days and days and weeks and a couple months actually of altcoin season, which I think is possible. If I'm looking at some bullish targets for Shiba Inu, and I do have many of them, I think that right now the value versus Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin is low. I think we can not only get to the previous level that we were at for Shiba Inu back in March, but I think we can get higher. If Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin was just get back to the levels Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin was at in March, that's a 3x from here for SHIB versus Bitcoin. Now, I think that Bitcoin could potentially go to $200,000. So if we see Bitcoin 2x and SHIB 3x's over Bitcoin, well, then there you go. You're at a 6x for Shiba Inu versus the dollar. That's a 6x on your money if all that plays out. I do think that we are at some point going to see Shiba Inu break through or at least approach this previous level. I think we're going to get to this level. I mean, that's only a 70% move from here. I think we're going to see Shiba Inu break through this line that I have here and make a new high. This is the high again we saw back in March. I think we're going to break through this. We are waiting for it to approach. I said we might find some resistance up here a while ago. Well, we found resistance before we even got there, and right now we're trying to actually find support. And I think we can find support, hopefully, at this 402 level. Now, if we don't find support at the 402 level, then we could easily come back down to possibly even the 401 level. I don't want to see that. That is a possibility. I don't think that's going to happen. The world where maybe that does happen is if this total market cap breaks back lower than this $3 trillion level. As it is, I am seeing the total market cap for cryptocurrency coming down. I've been talking about this Nike swoosh kind of pattern on the total market cap. It wouldn't be a surprise for me to see the previous high back in 2021 for the total market cap, $3 trillion, to get a bounce. Whoa, lost my trend line there. There it is. Wouldn't be surprised to see us bounce off the previous high right here. Boom, do this little Nike swoosh before we continue to the upside. And if you look at Bitcoin dominance right now, Bitcoin dominance, oh boy, Bitcoin dominance is breaking higher. This is resistance, guys. We had a wick above resistance. Now, if Bitcoin can get a bounce here, and I would like to see it happen, and it could get back in a daily candle close, and again, 2.5 hours above this line, perhaps as Bitcoin bounces, altcoins, when Bitcoin bounces, altcoins should hypothetically bounce harder. I see Shiba Inu at this level I've been looking at. I see Pepe coin sitting at a key level I'm looking at. I'm looking for a bounce for Pepe here. I'm looking at a bounce for Shiba Inu here at this 402 level. And I'm looking for a rejection on Bitcoin dominance here. Now, if Bitcoin dominance does not reject here and we continue going up, then there's a world where, Shiba Inu versus Bitcoin could come even lower. We could see Shiba Inu fall even lower versus Bitcoin. We could see the Shiba Inu chart potentially even come lower than this 402 level. I don't want to see that, but it is a possibility. What do I expect for upside here, guys? I do think that we could see 5 to 10x gains for Shiba Inu, but we're going to need to break through the 4036 level for SHIB, and we're going to need to see Bitcoin dominance start to fall. Because when Bitcoin dominance starts to fall, that's when we move further away from this range, closer to this range, and altcoin season is the range you want to be in, because that is when Shiba Inu does the gains that you guys are all excited about. You want to see more Shiba Inu burns? Well, so do I. I want Shiba Inu to go to the moon. I think it's going to have easy 5-10x gains in this bull market potentially. I like taking profit on the way up. I don't wait for 10x. I take profit before that. I think everybody should be shuffling profits aside through the bull market, because then if dips do come, you have more to accumulate if you want to, or you could just pay off debts in your life and win in the crypto markets. If you want to trade on some of the exciting opportunities in crypto and on some of the news day to day, day in, day out with crypto, you could sign up for Blowfin using our link, up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you do sign up using our link. And they have some of the lowest fees from an exchange perspective in the industry, with a 10% discount to any users that sign up using our link for a limited time. So check it out if you haven't done so, guys. That is all I have for you in this one. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. I'd love to see a bounce for Bitcoin here. I'd love to see us have a daily candle close for Bitcoin above in the 99K region or even higher, hopefully. And then we might be able to see a bounce for Shiba Inu off that 402 level. Do you agree or do you disagree with this analysis? What are your thoughts on Shiba Inu for this bull market? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. That is all I have for you in this one. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. Do your own research, my friends. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Peace, y'all. I'll see you next time.